Welcome to episode 7. After the return of Wankuru's mother, you can pick it up from episode 6. Just then an elderly woman passed by and overheard anguish in Nyahiri's voice and slowed down. Mukungu, woman, what is it? Nyahiri narrated the turn of events in her homestead since she returned from a business trip in Nyamongo. The elderly lady answered calmly, "From your description and the comments your daughter made before, it sounds like she has gone the direction of her heart. Surely, how would you expect a beauty such as Wankuru to accept Mzee Bhusungu? You are only focused on Mzee Bhusungu's large herd of cattle. Wankuru was focused on something different. Don't waste your time. Return the bride price to the owner. Wankuru will bring you another bride price, even if less than this." The elderly woman walked on. As Nyahiri was about to send the boys to take the animals to pasture, 3 young men entered with a herd of cattle. They respectfully greeted Wankuru's mother with the title of grandmother. The eldest of them was aged about 36 seasons, slightly older than Wankuru. "Goko, mbuyo hoyere." "Grandmother, how is your day? We have been sent by our grandfather Bhusungu to deliver the 30 head of cattle as part of the remaining bride price." Nyahiri looked at the beautiful animals being delivered to her and her heart sank in anguish. She walked up to the animals, counted them and found them to be 30. She repeated the word 30 3 times and asked the young men, "Is your grandfather at home?" "No, Grandma. Grandpa left in the morning. He has gone to treat a sick patient in a distant village, and he may not be back until the day after tomorrow." "Oh no," thought Nyahiri, "this is making it even more complicated." She asked the young men to sit down for a word. "Young men, I am sorry, kindly take with you all the animals, the ones you have just brought in and the ones which were brought earlier. Leave only what is mine." Hello there, viewer. Please consider subscribing to give me the reason to go on telling the story. Thank you. The young men looked at one another with their mouths agape. "No, Grandma, we cannot do that. We can't untie a knot that our grandfather has tied." "My children, listen to me. There is a complication and these cows have to go back." "No, Grandma, you must explain the complication to Grandpa, your son-in-law, when he returns. As for us, we have executed our task." They stood up and walked away, leaving behind the animals. Nyahiri cupped her chin in the palms of her hands and immersed herself in a deep river of thoughts and worries. Nyahiri had 2 worries: whether her daughter was alive and for the security of the large herd of cattle within her homestead. Recognizing that the large herd of animals made her homestead vulnerable to raids, she slowly stood up and walked to the grave of her husband. Identifying a spot where there was soil, she scooped the soil with both her hands, lifted it and allowed it to flow down over her head. She cried, calling out to her husband, inquiring the whereabouts of their daughter, Wankuru. She apologized to her husband and Wankuru for having been so selfish and insensitive to Wankuru's feelings and wishes. She sat on the grave at the end of the feet and cried her heart out. She was startled when someone called her name, only for her to see Mokohi, a revered community Omugimbi or rainmaker. On several occasions, Mokohi had caused the rain to come, saving the community from prolonged drought. "My daughter, I have been standing here for a long time, yet you never saw me. Is your soul inside you or inside your husband's grave? Why are you sitting with the dead? That is a forbidden territory." "Our respected rainmaker, I have come to ask for the key of knowledge from my late husband. It is too dark for me and I can't think straight." "Is it about Wankuru? She is gone, right? Do not worry, the girl is safe. I can see her in spirit and she is also worried about you. Go in the house and take good care of yourself. Your daughter is well." Mukohi walked on his way. Nyahiri stood up and looked at the disappearing rainmaker and looked at the grave. She looked at the rainmaker again. Is it my husband who sent the wise man to me after all? She wondered. She believed and walked to the house. She entered the hut and everything was neatly arranged. All the utensils were clean and placed in the large straw basket next to the clay water pot. The omogango or cooking stick, unlike other days, was also washed and placed against the mud wall. Was her departure pre-planned? Wondered Nyahiri as she entered Wankuru's room next to hers. All her clothing and 2 spare hides were not there. She is alive. She wouldn't carry her clothing if she was going to die. Nyahiri breathed a sigh of relief. She walked to the fireplace and lit the fire. Besides, her children had not eaten anything since morning. She cooked a large ugali and served it with fermented milk, laced with charcoal to give it sweet flavor. 2 of her sons were at home, while the other 2 had driven the large herd to a distant pasture land. She ate with her 2 sons, immersed in her thoughts. After they had had enough, she covered the remaining ugali for the other 2 to eat when they come back. After the boys had gone out, she sat on a 3-legged stool and leaned against the wall. She called herself to a meeting asking how she was going to return 80 head of cattle. She shook her head in anguish, wishing that her daughter had been considerate to the wealth she was sweeping away from the family. How are these boys going to marry after this huge herd is returned to the owner? She wished she had given out to more daughters, and she thought out aloud. Maybe I would have given Bhusungu another daughter in the place of Wankuru. Her son overheard his mother and asked, "Which other daughter, Mama?" Startled from her dreamland. "Nothing really, I was just thinking out aloud, my son." On the second day, when the sun was almost overhead, Mzee Bhusungu walked into Nyahiri's compound, accompanied by his first wife, who was old enough to be Nyahiri's mother. Bhusungu was a revered medicine man who had powers to bewitch. The 2 were warmly received and guided to the shade under the big tree, and after exchange of pleasantries, Obosara was quickly served in calabashes, and without wasting time, Mzee Bhusungu came to the point. "Where is my betrothed wife? What is this nonsense I hear that you wanted to return all the animals I had paid? Do you people know who I am? I can call madness upon your children. Bring the young woman from wherever you have hidden her. I am taking her with me right now." Bhusungu's wife smiled at Nyahiri, then to her husband. "Go slowly, my husband. You haven't even given Nyahiri time to explain her side of the story." Once again, please consider subscribing and liking the episode. Give me the strength to keep on telling the story. In episode 8, old man Bhusungu demands for his wife Wankuru. What will happen? Subscribe and follow for the intrigues of Merama of the Abakuria. Thank you for watching.